just type text.
Oh, I thought you were talking about instrumental keyboard.
Well,
I could do, I could do an instrumental over here, and then I could have my
does everyone
my keypad over here with my left. Wow, wouldn't that be interesting? Innovative type of invention. Keypad typing while playing an instrument. I wonder if Stevie Wonder has one of those.
By the way, my coworker started
Keypad typing while performing a musical
maybe I
piano.
got a little shout out for
Someone
my
has to sing.
coworkers.
Sing along.
Someone's
Whoever's
listening to my
watching.
joke.
They're
But
not
you are
watching
at
anymore.
home. I'm talking right to
Privately.
you. Welcome to our show, our pre-show.
Pre-show.
This is the pre-show where we get warmed up for the actual performance.
Are we really gonna borrow from the chair?
Any second now, the light's going to go on, and we'll be on air live.
That's
Wait,
interesting.
actually, we won't be live. This is live. You are the live. I know it sounds confusing. It's because I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
How about you guys? Don't say me too.
How was
say
your
me
trip
also.
in Vietnam? Was it
I'm
nice
hungry.
weather?
it was a little bit rainy actually.
Oh, really?
It wasn't too bad. It didn't
Wait, I
rain.
didn't notice any rain.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, it was
You think it's going to rain? In the
again?
future? Wait, are we in the future or the past? I
When
can't
did you come
remember.
back?
Last
Last week.
Last Friday.
Last
We had
Friday.
a rain for a while. I don't want another rain season going on. I need my laundry needs to be done.
Snow is what we actually should be having, right?
That'd be nice change. Just slipping on the road. Got once in a year.
But YouTube is way ahead of the game this time. Full 2 minutes.
The last 3 days it was raining all day, right?
We don't say last 3 days. We say last week. Get your,
Alright.
date right.
We're on live. We're not on the radio. Right?
This is live stream. We
Yeah,
can kind of
right.
let everyone in on
Hey
our
guys, full closure. Or full
truth. This is
disclosure.
the truth.
This is the truth. We've been all lying
This
to
is
you.
for ad
I'm
banner.
The
sorry.
You have to
pre-show
include it, right?
truth.
I mean, nobody watches Facebook nowadays anyway. So.
Who's ad banner? We cannot
Oh yeah,
see
get
it.
rid of that
Oh, okay.
ad banner, please. Can we get a professional YouTube pro? Does anybody have an actual purchased ad-free YouTube?
Yeah.
Does anybody do that? No. Teachers should,
Isn't
right?
it
We
called
should
some
all
kind of
get
like a
one.
premium account or something?
Yeah, because a lot of times you have to use it for classroom demonstrations, and it's not really appropriate to have
I
ads.
just installed the application
showing.
that blocks the advertising, which is free. You don't have to pay the subscription money every month like the premium account, you know?
I know. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a premium account for any type of online service.
That's a good thing. That means you don't need it.
Just means I'm cheap.
That's one way to look at it.
I mean, I was around during America Online,
I don't know.
and you don't know.
No.
Come
I
on,
don't think it's my generation.
you've researched the past,
Yeah, I
the
did,
history
but
of the internet.
apparently not everything.
You know about the America Online days. You had to pay. You had a
Let's
subscription.
roll. It's already finished play.
to the internet. I mean, now you have to pay for your service. For an ISP, but it used to be. Actually, I'm not sure what the actual difference is. Today we're talking English, which I do well, so hopefully I will do better
Uh-huh.
and talk clearer. I hope I'm talking clearly.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Welcome back. Now it's time for our part 2 where we're discussing media trends. Every week we talk about a different media trend and we have a live show with Talk and Talk. With in the studio we have Tim, Dennis and Peter. Hello guys, how you doing?
Hello guys,
up?
hello listeners,
Hi.
and hello my friend. Okay, what's up?
Hello.
What's up?
Oh, not too much.
Not too much.
Yeah, I have no classes right now, so let's be quieter.
So happy.
Wow, high five. We're high fiving.
High five, all right.
it just means my PhD supervisor was like, so no classes, so you can come every day then, right?
Maybe not quite always
Yeah,
happy.
yeah, I'd love to.
That's good. All right. How about team? Sorry.
Always,
How
always.
was my guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Hey,
yes,
it is
listeners
my
at home,
name,
by the way.
another new year began, and it's 2020. And I would just remember what my teacher used to tell us,
2020.
back in the day, how he said, "Hey guys, when you guys grow up and all become a grown up, we're gonna have a robot servant, flying cars, and a bunch of awesome stuff." Yeah, where are they now, huh?
You haven't seen the flying robots in cars?
No.
You might want to take that mask off and use your eyes to look around. They're everywhere.
Hey, I'm not on drugs. So
Oh, you
no.
need special glasses to see them.
Oh, geez.
That's the problem. We'll get those for you right away.
Well, to me, nothing has changed. Just 2020 is just another day, another year. But
Hey,
yeah,
that's
but-
depressing.
It could be very, very good.
yeah. All right.
2019 was good.
Yeah.
Carried on.
Of course. Yeah, let's
It's a
carry
new
on.
decade. It's a new cycle. It's a new cycle in the lunar cycle
you're right.
is what I hear. So hey, change, right?
In Korea, the
Change is coming.
2020 hasn't come yet, right? Because we have the lunar calendar's New Year's Day, right? Maybe 2 weeks later.
I can feel
I
it.
think it's in
It
about
is
2
upon
weeks.
us.
About
Yes. Are you going somewhere in that period? I have to go to Pyeongtaek to see my parents-in-law. How about you guys?
my mother-in-law lives in Gwangju,
Oh,
so I stay here.
You have to
that's
stay.
really nice.
My
Without class
condolence
and
for
don't
you.
need to go do it on the expressway, no traffic jam. That's really good. Really nice. Okay.
So should we start talking about today's topic?
Sure, but
Okay, so today we're going to talk about English education content for GFN.
oh,
Many Korean listeners want GFN to make educational programs, and right now GFN only has one. It's called Wide and Wise. So it's for Koreans who want to improve their English skill, and they may want us to produce more language content. So what programs do you think would be good for GFN? What could we do?
Well, I just thought of kind of a punchline, or not really a punchline, but a funny take. Why not have a program, since we have English listeners that already understand English, but focusing on that aspect of
Mhm.
improving their English
Mhm.
rather than just teaching English to foreigners.
yeah. GFN's name is kind of Gwangju Korean Network, right? So the first focus targeting listeners is kind of the foreign people, right, living in Gwangju, right? But just
That,
maybe
yeah, it's an interesting question. Who is GFN for?
yeah, but we have to focus on the local Gwangju people who really have the passion for learning English. For example, over age 30, they're married and they have kids, but they want to just escape from their daily lives, right? So how about
Would
just
you be in that
easy
in that
English
group
learning?
yourself, Dennis? How long have you been an English learner?
I don't know, maybe 10 years.
Okay, okay. Well,
Uh,
you're doing well. You're an English teacher now, so
Yeah.
have you been teaching that long as well?
Yeah, it's pretty short. Just my students have various kinds of ages. Teenage years. The 20 and 30 and even 50. They really wanted to find some English channel, but they cannot. It is not easy to find for them. So just what? This Saturday we have a kind of English education program, right? But I think that we need more for the targeting, the under average in English.
I agree. I really do think that GFN is not just foreigners.
Yeah.
Sure it is, but it's also for Koreans who are trying to use it to learn English.
Just like major broadcasting company, EBS, right?
But the problem is having a show that's going to be able to teach English and also be entertaining for listeners that are not at that level of learning English.
That is it's always
Yeah.
a big problem with
Right.
radio shows and TV shows. With trying to be educational is you've got to make it interesting and it's entertainment first.
You're right, sure. The base of entertainment. Right. Hey, it's my guy. Okay, talk. All right.
Well,
Oh,
actually, I've
especially
been
you're
listening
wearing
to
kind
all
of
you
gloves.
guys talk about a bunch of positive things about this idea. But to be honest, I don't think it's radio station's job to educate English to the audience. I mean, to be honestly and frankly speaking, we already have a great institution who actually specialize in those fields. Uh, let's mention any name. GIC.
Oh yeah, GIC. Yeah, right.
Right. The International Center has many English language programs. It's kind of even been evolving
Hmm.
so that it includes more government programs and then maybe less. I'm not sure what their status is with the KIP program is
Hmm.
at this point, but yeah, KIP is a government program,
Mhm.
so those services are available all over the city and even outside of Gwangju, all over the country.
So, like my friend said here, what am I trying to point out is I don't think it is necessary for the radio stations to actually trying to educate our audience. I mean, how effective is it going to be when you have, countless channels on TVs and other institutions are really doing this kind of similar thing anyway? I think we should focus on the another entertainment or on other sources of the TV, not TV shows, sorry, radio broadcasting shows, and trying to, live up to our unique qualities that we can actually spread around the people.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too, where it's like radio can fill in spaces for services or entertainments or
Mm.
whatever that other mediums can't provide well.
Mm.
And I don't know if radio does language learning especially well. I feel like it's very helpful to have a visual aspect to the learning
Mm.
myself.
Sure.
Thank
And
you.
I personally teach that, more visual kind of media way. And so on the radio, tend to tune out when your language programs come on. It's not very entertaining.
I'm going to say I disagree. I think radio, our GFN shouldn't focus on trying to teach people just starting to learn
Hmm.
English.
Yeah.
What we should be trying to do is provide a source of real, native style communication that Koreans can listen to learn a more natural and native style of English. So I think it's more for listeners who can already speak English to a very good level,
Mhm.
and then it's for them to then learn the next step to become like a native speaker.
To improve the beginner's English kind of skills, right?
Well, not so much the beginner, but the people who can already speak.
Mhm.
We're talking, maybe English majors at university or high school students
Mm.
who, high proficiency in
That's a
English,
good point.
and for them to then take the next step and to have a source of native communication that they can listen to and learn from.
Yeah, you're right. Some of my students are the university students. One of my students, the guy, he's preparing for kind of Disney internship, right? But he doesn't know just exactly how to pronounce the word, right? Just maybe GFN can start make kind of the correct pronunciation time. Yeah, but we are good at speaking English very well, but we don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
sorry.
keep going. All right.
Yeah, sorry. It's
Sorry.
time for a break. So let's take a moment and have a song. It's Sitting, Waiting, Listening by Jack Johnson.
What's this song
That
about?
Okay.
that smartphone has an alarm, so we have to find change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was you,
Yeah,
Dennis. I
change.
apologize. I was thinking bad
Is
thoughts
that
about
for
you.
you?
Yeah, turn off your smartphone Kakao app alert,
Opinion-
please.
The Facebook
Facebook smartphone.
smartphone, that's where the Kakao Talk
Facebook
sound is coming from.
smartphone. Yeah, we can hear Kakao sound. Should we
It's
alert
kind
them?
of another background
maybe
effect,
they didn't hear
sound
it.
effect.
Really? I
They're
didn't
not
know about
listening
it.
to us. Yeah.
Did you hear it saying Kakao Talk
because of
twice?
alarm.
This is going Kakao alert. Yeah.
Did you hear it
Nice
on the
sound
show?
effect.
That's
Sorry, Facebook listeners at home, we
professionalism.
might have to shut you down.
Bravo.
Oh, okay, you
Bravo.
just turned off the volume.
You can just mention the sound effect. All right.
Right.
Ah, hi Sue.
Yeah.
Who? Sue? You
TV
see
Sue. Hi
Somebody
Sue.
commented
Sue?
on the show.
There is.
That's rare.
Oh, someone logged in as Sue.
Yeah, so logged
Okay.
on. Hi
Well,
Sue.
it could be
Did
her
you
from
say
from
thank
Finland.
you or what? I cannot really read from this.
Who is
She
Sue?
just she just logged on and just
Hello, Sue.
Wow.
is not watching the YouTube.
You guys are really professional.
Hey, what about our?
Somebody logged in. Let's just say hi to the random strangers. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got another one.
Oh,
Oh, is
boy.
that she just responded?
Ah,
That's cool. We have a
what?
live
You are. I
listener
am what?
commenting on the YouTube. It's great.
Hey, can you guys
Korea is
please
too
tell
small.
me what you think?
You're watching. Oh, sorry.
Okay, guys, are we ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
Ready to roll whenever.
Okay, so let's keep talking about today's topic. So, if GFN started making more English educational content,
Mhm.
you know, how can our listeners be more exposed to it?
Who are our listeners? English speakers or non-English speakers? Let's clarify that
Well, I don't think we can, but
first.
I it's a conversation I've had with other radio hosts.
Uh,
Like, who should we be aiming towards?
Uh.
Should we be trying to make content for foreigners living in Gwangju,
uh-huh.
or should we be trying to aim for natives, Korean natives,
Uh-huh.
trying to listen to something in English?
So what do you think about it?
I have my impression or my experience
Uh.
is that GFN has a kind of a spectrum. It's not one or the other, obviously.
Yeah.
And we're all listeners. We're all learning various languages. We're all foreigners in one way or another.
Mm.
And you know, sometimes when we're speaking English, we
Mm.
can slow down a little bit
Mm.
and enunciate our words and speak more clearly
Mm.
to help listeners that, are still learning English, maybe not basic learners, but they have trouble keeping up with fast speakers.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, this is what kind of turns off native listeners that are used to listening to morning radio
Mm.
in America, for instance, as an example, where people tend to talk very fast and make offhand jokes that are, within jokes, etc. And it's hard to keep up. And so I think that's one of the turnoffs in the sort of foreigner or expat community with listening to a station like this that is trying to communicate with this whole spectrum. Is that people are used to being catered to their specific group, their specific cultural group or
Mhm.
language listening group. And it's hard to stretch that. It takes extra energy and attention and patience.
I think it's a good point, because I definitely talk it differently here
Mhm.
than when I'm teaching in the classroom.
Mm.
My style of talking is definitely different.
Mm.
I'm in a classroom. I'm much slower
Mhm.
with constant pauses.
Mhm.
It's
so
a
that
kind of
students
code
can
Most of the
switching.
students understand, right? Because especially you're teaching teaching them the students who are studying English, right?
Yes.
Ah, okay, all right. But they're over average, right? We
Well,
have
yeah,
to
they should
focus
be.
on under average, right? What's GFN's identity? I haven't just that thought about it. What's the GFN's identity? So called, for example, EBS has a kind of half and half for real native speakers, English native speakers, and half for just a real Korean native speaker, right? So it's well balanced. But GFN, I sometimes we have just one program, right? Of the bilingual, right? Of course, this morning Gwangju has a bilingual too, right? There is a
Yes.
morning expression, right? Morning key, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But except that we don't have any, the kind of the bilingual program. So we need, I think, for 2020, just make program for kind of local people.
Wait, whoa. Are we talking about English education program? Or are we talking about bilingual program? What is bilingual program
Both
to
of
begin
them.
with? Oh, come on. All right. So, actually, my friend, I liked your idea about maybe making a program based on, some actual veteran speakers,
Uh,
not the beginners. That's a good
Mhm.
idea, right? Because a lot of, people who study English in this country has a basic understanding of English structure, but what they actually struggle with is the expressions that foreigners or natives use
Right.
because they're quite out of context, compared to what the actual words originally mean in that sentence. And usually that's why a lot of communication problem happens between the natives and then, Korean people.
Mm.
So how about we create a lecture in this radio station focused on those native
What kind of
expression based on the countries. Since different countries such as Australia, Britain, United States, Canada uses different expressions for different situations, even during the same situation,
Mhm.
we can maybe change the countries and talk about it and compare them to each other for entertaining, purposes too, which will be entertaining and educational at the same time.
I like that.
Mm.
That's a great innovation, have an entertaining show. I'm a fan of radio theater myself, and
Mhm.
I've often said that, if we had more of that aspect included, then I would tune in more to listen. and I would even listen to an English language learning program if it had that aspect of,
Yeah.
So-
maybe it was maybe it's actually a radio theater show about learning English, something like that.
That
So,
would be
so by
interesting.
radio theater, you mean that they have the expressions for the week and they make some show, some play, some
A little
act,
sketch, maybe.
sketch,
A
yeah,
little
could be
sketch.
a sketch, a
Well-
sketch to introduce that expression in a
Yeah.
natural way.
Possibly, but
Uh-huh.
maybe even in a more meta type of approach where the show is about the drama, the theater is about learning English
Sure.
itself, or learning other languages, maybe just learning languages in
Like
general.
a dubbing theater, kind of like that.
See, I'm not such a bad person after all. Look at what kind of great idea that I could conjure from.
How many babies have you eaten this past week? Smiley.
Only three. Only three around the neighbor. I'll show you. They were orphans, okay? So you don't have to worry about that.
He has a
Oh.
super villain aspect to his personality, folks.
Right. But what do you guys think of my idea, especially you and I, Fred?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I like the idea of the theater show,
Mhm.
the sketch show.
I like how you said the theater.
The British accent. Any other suggestion from you, Dennis, instead of trying to increase the amount of work for our dear staff members?
Well,
in
this topic
station?
is quite related to the previous week's topic, right? Anyway, for 2020, GFN needs some special program, something innovative or kind of something fresh new, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
you
idea.
sound like one of the one of those businessmen in the meeting floor.
you're right.
So one thing I was thinking about when I was researching this topic was, how about if GFN tried to do it the other way and tried to teach foreigners Korean?
I mean,
Yeah,
Pretty
see,
nice.
that's a good aspect
Pretty
of the show I'm writing now as we speak.
We have already kind of a similar one, kind
Yeah,
of
we
a
already have
Korean
a similar
dialect,
show.
right? With the elderly, right?
yeah,
But-
where we actually teach a bunch of
Radio drama. All right, radio drama. That's good. We kind of good.
Well, we gotta respond
comment,
to
right?
friends
Just
like
to
you.
remind listeners
Thank
at
you.
home on the radio, we have
Yeah,
a
radio
live stream
drama, right?
aspects to this where we can see people commenting on our
Mhm.
talk as we're speaking.
I mean,
So
I can see it too, my dear listeners.
we have a vote for radio drama
or watchers, whenever, but
from Sue, right?
it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to read through this mask. Just saying, villains got their own problems. Just saying.
Just copy just one scene of the drama or this movie.
You just say copy.
Yeah, just
Whoa!
copy.
You cannot just steal the ideas
It
from
would
the
be
other
really
show and
fun.
use it just like any other companies and
Well,
business
a
do.
parody technically is a copy of some sort, even though it's tweaked.
I was being
A
sarcastic.
little treat.
Well,
Yeah,
but
that's good.
parodies are accepted, right? There's a
Right,
legal
that is a
definition.
Well, I'm
Right.
all for it. Why not?
Parodies,
Put an
versus,
Orange Man on the show. Why not? Yeah, I'm all for it.
All right.
So how do you think about my idea for the Korean?
Actually, I think we already have a
That's
show
really
for
fresh.
that.
That's
Well,
really
there
fresh. We
is.
need it. Okay.
yeah. We should definitely expand it to language
Yeah,
learning in
sure.
general.
Okay.
There is, but I always find with it that it's way too difficult for me. They speak too quickly. I
Yeah.
can't follow it.
3 levels: quick level, and medium level, and the full level. All right. Just let me make a little piece of
I don't
Korean
know.
language
Like I
too.
say, our station is not really focused on the education. It's more actually focused on the connecting people and providing news and general information for the people out there. Not like EBS.
That might be
where
a really nice start.
But then, as we were talking about with English, that we need to try to introduce a native or more natural style.
Mhm.
I think we need the same with Korean, because I've had quite a few times where I've learned some expression, some word in my language book,
Mhm.
and I go to my family
Uh-huh.
and I say this expression,
You
and
can
they're
learn
like,
Korean
"No,
from
but
your
nobody."
family.
Well, nobody. But then they'll say nobody says that.
Got
And
it.
so, I've never heard.
Mhm.
Once I
Well,
there's a
at least
word in
they
my book.
understood what you said, right? I
Well,
mean,
there's-
in
So
my
you could,
case,
you could read
many
kind of
times people don't
situation,
even
right?
understand. I've just had a lesson in Korean, and I'm trying to, use it in real life, and people are not responding. That's a little disappointing,
Well,
right?
yeah, I once learned a word from my book, and I said it to my wife, and she had no idea what.
So that's
We
for
had,
the,
we had to go to a Korean dictionary for it to look.
Right,
Ah.
exactly. Yeah.
So that's for the beginner level of Korean learners, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we
very
need-
much bigger.
English learner too.
By the way, I
Not
see
bad
new
have.
comments. Can you guys read it to me?
Oh, we have more comments from
All
other
right, good
listeners.
chat, really nice. Okay, what? Wow.
There's
Hi.
the last one in Korean.
We have red, orange, and green.
Okay.
red,
So-
orange, and green.
Yeah. So unfortunately, guys, we're running out of time.
Thanks for
yeah,
tuning
let's
in,
let's
guys.
keep
Thanks
talking.
for
Let's
listening.
Let's
at
keep
the end.
talking out of the air. Okay.
Happy
Okay,
New
so
Year.
that was our segment Talk
Again.
and Talk with Tim, Dennis, and Peter. We were discussing GFN's English education content. Thanks for coming in, guys. Really appreciate you taking the time out.
Oh, it was a really nice, great time, and a happy Sunday.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, and for my coworkers who might be watching this, thank you for watching it. Subscribe to the
Is that
channel,
your
and now
coworker?
you can stop watching it now. Go away, please. Bye bye.
Okay, see you next week.
See you
Goodbye.
next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So seriously, stop watching it. Let's go subscribe to
Good
the
chat.
channel
Good chat.
and get out.
From they have Korean names, and there's a Hansu.
Really, I can't really read.
Oh, I thought that.
It's way too small.
That is true. Well, good job, guys.
Now they're
Pretty
writing
nice
in Korean.
idea,
Yeah,
Pretty nice idea.
I still like my idea better.
So, team, you could be the Korean teacher.
No,
Why?
never.
You're the
Never.
best.
And hey, I don't even have a.
I just thought of a fun aspect.
Parody or drop.
Right,
Yeah,
if you had a parody of a language
yada.
learning program or whatever, you could have a like a language